Oh yeah. All right, so today on my yard is my garage. Yeah, yeah. All right, no, over here. Oh yeah. Teaser, right? Okay. Welcome to my yard is my garage. I'm Bishop. My yard is my garage, my driveway, my yard, my shop, a little bit of a shop. Today we are working on our 19, holy smokes. Shows you where I'm focusing. No, not back there. Today we're working on our 2010 Mini Cooper S57 convertible. We had something going wrong with the engine. All of the doodads and lights lit up and it said, oh my God, tow it, it's dead. So we have it back here. If you haven't seen the first part where I take the whole front end off, I have that into two pieces. Go ahead and go back and look at that. Maybe I'll put a link up here and you'll be able to see where that is so you can at least get to this point. So today we're going to be taking the engine out, and that's going to be, yeah, let's just, let's dive into this one. Thanks. All right, step one, oil out, then motor mount. Our oil plug is a T50. Oil's out. Let's go ahead and take our motor mount off. This is not a load-bearing motor mount. This just keeps the engine from going back and forth. The main motor mounts are up above, and those carry the max load. So these are a 16. Oh yeah, let me get some just so we can unhook it here. Haha. Well, you know, maybe we'll just leave the bolt in there. It's loose. All right, let's call that done. Well, looking at this, you can kind of see it's expired in places. Definitely needs to be replaced. That end, not so bad. This end, shouldn't be able to see through that. We'll order a new one of those. All right, well, that's steps 1 and 2. 3, passenger side axle out. There's a small nub at the top here you can see that I'm hammering on. It's a little thin bit of the cap bolt that has been dented in to act kind of like a castle nut. You'll need to go ahead and use like a punch like I did here and go ahead and knock that thing up so you can spin the nut. All right, nut off. All right, just bang the axle in a little bit. Now I think this is an 18. Let's undo this tie rod. Give the this part of the metal a few taps. Oh, come on. Well, that should just come right out of there, but it's not. Man. Let me get a harder hammer. All right, I've always been told that you can just hit these and they'll just let go. I've never believed that. It's never worked for me. Oh, come on. Fine. Now we need to undo these. All right. Check the splines, looks good. All right, so we have an intermediary axle back here, held on by a couple of 13s. So we're gonna need to undo those. All right, let's come in here. That's the intermediary we want to undo. There's one down here. I'm guessing one at the top. Yep, there we go. It wasn't on too tight. If you can see that piece, That is the intermediary. So it's kind of like a drive shaft on a long truck. And this is that middle piece that you see. Oops. All right. Now we should be able to pull the axle out the rest of the way. Oh, there we go. Ooh, losing some oil. Over there, got a leak. Well, there's some oil coming out of there. That's where the axle comes. You can see there's the main extension shaft. Here's the actual shaft that goes to the hub. We should be disconnected now, so let's get our axle out of there. Very nice. All right, there's our axle. The boots don't look half bad. They still look rubbery. They still look pretty decent. Huh. All right, our splines don't look all chewed up. All right, let's go ahead and sit this off to the side. All right, so up in here is the starter. On the bottom of the starter, there's a clip we need to pull off. And then that will let us take the starter plug off. All right, save that clip. Don't lose that clip. All right, that plug's undone. Then we have a 13 here we got to take off. Oh, it looks like I could probably get a wrench on that. Yep. Let me bring you over here so you can peek here. All right. Really easy to spot here. Well, here's our starter. There's that clip, it's off. And then we have this 13. As you can see right here, we got to undo. All right, that's step 7. Let's get to 8. All right, we have a 10 millimeter we need to remove, which is right there. It's holding this bracket on that holds our AC pipe in place. Upper tie rod bolt off. Get some good pry bar in there. There we go. All right. Axle out. Whew. Quick look at our driver's side axle. Well, the boots look okay. Might want to just replace them anyways. All right, step 11 is our clutch cylinder. That's a 13. All right, that's out. I'll just kind of move that out of the way. Put our nuts back on. Okay, now that we're up here, let me get some gloves on. Now on the upper side of the engine here, let's see. Just moving stuff out of the way here. Okay, so it looks like, let's get our shift linkage off of here. Right, get our hoses out of the way here. Come on. Wow, cheap metal. Nickel fork? Hey, what do you know? All right, we have our linkage undone. Now we just need to undo the bracket back here. And take that bracket off, and then we can move our linkage to the side. Now you can't really see much down in here. I think these are E12s. Yep. There's two that hold the bracket on. One on this side, and then one over here on this side. All right. Linkage out of the way. All right, so we have one additional bolt. It might be an E10. It's way down in here. It's holding the line that goes down to the slave cylinder for the clutch. I'll show you the one I'm talking about. Right down here, that one right there. That holds this on, which is the line that goes down to the slave clutch cylinder. So let's get that out of there. I think that's an E10. Yep, that's a 10. I think this is our air intake for our turbo. Oh, we'll just take it off there. And looks like we need a 7. All right, we'll go put that in the parts bin. This is what we want. So there is a special tool to take off. This is fuel pump, by the way. There is a special tool to take this off, but we don't have that. And when you take it off, you got to buy a new one. I don't want to do that. Easiest thing is going to be to take the fuel pump off and just set that off to the side. So let's do that. All right, for starters, we have a 12. There's one. Yep, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Right there. Now, don't worry about how this is timed. It just has a slot in it that fits into the back of the cam. So taking this off won't require any sort of weird timing changes or keeping track of anything other than, of course, your little T27s. All right, number 3. All right, there we go. Now it does have this clip we'll have to take off. There we go. All right, I think we're on step 12 now. Fuel pump out of the way, maybe that's 12, so 13 might be. We've got an electrical connector right down here. It's one of those that has a little metal clip. There's our clip. All right. Put that back on. Move that off to the side. Okay, we have upper and lower heater hoses now. All right, step 14 then. We need to undo this. I think that's a 7. Whew, it's making me fight for this. Oh, it also screws on here too. There we go. All right. Undone. Now let's see, step 15 is going to be the upper and lower radiator hoses. Let me show you where those are. Whoop. Well, hello, antifreeze. All right, we'll just push these off to the side. Wow, maybe. There we go. All right. Okay, starting for our AC removal, let's just get this filler pipe out of the way. We need that out of our way so we can get at this motor out. All right, so we're gonna have to park this. That's what I call it. I don't know what everybody else calls it, but we have our 30-inch, well, 30, yeah, may as well be, 30 millimeter. So you back off the plate tension and you put in the lock that holds it in place. Then you can slip your belt off. Also, here at the front, we're going to need to take off our alternator. Our alternator clip. All right, looks like it's held on over here by a 10 also. Wow, I can see the strobing. I hope you aren't seeing the strobing. Well, that is not easy to get to. All right, before we pull the engine, we're going to have to take this front area off. The shield, the exhaust manifold that goes down and connects to the flex hose. I've already undone this oxygen sensor. I wanted you to see this. That is really gross. I mean, oh my God. So yeah. Yeah, time for maybe a new one or clean that one. Let's get the rest of this front off. Well, and that other oxygen sensor down at the bottom. Wow, look at all the ash on that. Whew. That looks like that will be coming with the engine. Let's get the shield off. Oh, weird. Looks like part of our problem with our turbo is that when they put the gasket on, they bound up this arm. Wow. Wow. There's actually wear on the nut where it has not been able to move back and forth. Wow, no wonder the turbo's been crap. We have a ground connection up here. Let's take that off next. All right, we have our belt off our pump. Looks like we've got, yep, they're 13s. There's 3 of them, one here, and one there. Oh, there we go. All right, that's done. Let's go do the motor mounts. Well, we have our cherry picker in place. We are very, very close. Now, the engine only weighs a couple 100 pounds altogether, with all the doodads and what have you. We're going to go ahead and put a strap on here. Then we're going to put a strap on this side over here in 2 spots so we can keep it from swaying. And then we will go ahead and pull that up, get some tension on it, remove our 2 bolts that are our motor mounts, and we'll see if we can't free this. $16, I'm guessing? I don't know. Ooh. Supremely loud. Okay, now the other side. All right, making sure I'm not pinching any hydraulics down here. That our pump is just fine and we're not crushing any of the piping. I went ahead and moved the alternator wire over to here from down here. We are very close. All right, we have a mini engine free from its body. Well, whew, and it looks like it's just starting to rain. We have our engine out. Now I'm going to grab a tire and old school this and just rest the engine on a tire for now. And we will start working on the next part, which is ordering some parts, dismantling this and see where it has an issue, and we'll just overhaul this thing. Yep, let's get it on a tire. Alrighty, well, engine is out, and well, not easy, but for a shade tree mechanic, not that hard. Although it does help to have tools, the right tools, and then you can pull your engine out here as well. Give yourself a few days, and you too can pull your mini engine out. Thanks again for dropping by on My Yard is My Garage. I'm Bishop. My Yard is My Garage. Thanks a ton for coming by and seeing me through on this project so far. This is just one of the intermediary steps. So now we're going to take it apart, see where it failed, replace a bunch of things, make it all kind of new and shiny again, clean it up, and put another 300,000 miles on it. Well, we'll see. Yeah, apparently this is not the most popular of engines to use for this. Most people do swaps. I think I'm gonna cry. I think I might try to go against the flow here, maybe. Let's see. Thanks again. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you want to be notified when I drop new content, click the bell. And I thank you once again. Leave a comment, click a like, and we'll see you next time on My Yard is My Garage. Thanks.